Palm Beach, Florida, the Problemaddict Podcast, starring Stephanie Wood and Dan Caso, the only funny comedy podcast to ever come out of South Florida. Yeah, that's smart branding. That'll get everyone on our side.
That's just the way this shit's gonna go. But Xanax, the subject of Xanax was brought up in the break. Yeah,
Naturally.
don't touch that stuff. No more, partner. That door is closed for me. That is, I think I was talking to Alex Novello about it. Because me and him are like kind of the same person in a lot of ways. Because like we're just both like white dudes into like a lot of the same music and shit from New Jersey. Same area in New Jersey. We probably
really?
snorted pain pills in a lot of the same bathrooms and shit.
Definitely gotten drugs from the same dealer.
Yeah.
You might be Eskimo brothers, so you don't even know it.
Could be. That's anyone. I mean, that's anyone's guess. Yeah.
In the tri-state area.
Ooh. Fucking. I wonder if Eskimo brothers use that term. Like,
Do they call it
like my me brother?
New Jersey brothers instead?
They just call them brothers. Everyone's brothers. Is that the thing? Yeah, because everyone who's brothers, it's customary in Inuit families for the brothers to fuck the same girl. This is so hack. I'm sure so many fucking stupid podcasts have talked about this shit. But,
anyways, so yeah, Dan's a slut, and he likes Xanax.
I used to like Xanax.
I'm a slut, and I also like Xanax.
That's the thing about Xanax. I don't remember, because when I was younger, I took a ton of pills from, the time I was 14, and then I took Xanax really until the last time I went into treatment, and I never touched it again, or any benzo. And I don't really remember a time ever throughout my life, other than, when I needed it if I was, on some crazy upper and needed to sleep, where I was like, oh, I'm so glad I took a Xanax. Other than that, if I was just taking it to, get fucked up, I hated it. Every time, I was like, oh, you don't really feel it. You just act like an arrogant piece of shit asshole. I would steal shit, and, I wouldn't even feel fucked up or good, but it just makes you,
Xanax by itself is not a fun drug. It's a drug to accompany another drug. Like you're saying when you're coming from a
if you're
a
taking
bender.
Too much acid or something. It would be good landing gear. But, yeah, just popping those shits to feel good, I don't get that.
No.
It just always makes me fall asleep, and if I'm not asleep, I'm just eating everything, or I'm
making bad
stealing
decisions.
stuff, or just, starting conflicts. Or
Xanax makes you steal?
Yes.
Really?
Hardcore.
More than, any other drug? That's the one that just makes you just, I need to go take some fucking candy bars from the corner store.
I don't even know what the statute of limitations is on theft in New Jersey, so I'm not going to talk about anything specific, but,
I know.
But I mean, I have a long history of stealing shit. I was, when I was 14, I got arrested for felony burglary with 3 other kids.
Really?
Yeah, we were robbing houses the whole summer of 2006.
What kind of shit would you get?
Everything. I didn't go into too many houses. I don't know is this stupid to talk about? I don't think it matters. I don't know. This is a bit.
Yeah.
I'm just doing a bit. I'm playing a role.
Yeah, we never stolen anything.
Yeah. When
never
I was 14,
even done drugs.
One time I imagined when I was 14, I got arrested for felony burglary with 3 other kids. It was my best friend. He was the same age as me, and then 2 other guys, and they were adults. They were adults, winners.
Winners.
Yeah, they were winners. And
hanging out with a 14-year-old?
Yep. And we stole that whole summer. It was mainly my best friend. He was I remember when we were growing up, even when we were younger, because we met through skateboarding, and we all became really good friends, and I had a big old group of friends. It was a side group of friends from other people I hung out with. This is the shit. But we were just troublemakers, and so we'd skate, and before we really started getting into drugs and crime, he would tell me I want to grow up to be a thief. We were talking about what we wanted to do when we grew up, and he's like, I want to be a thief. I just want to be really good at it. I don't want to get caught.
I just want to be able to steal forever.
And he would, and but it made sense because he would do little childish thievery shit before things started getting intense in our group, and we really started elevating into
he was learning. He was
a
getting his
darker
feet
form
wet.
of existence.
Dude.
He would it was hilarious. He would every party we went to at anyone's house, he would always steal a little statue or a trinket from the house.
So he's just not even just trying to do it to get by and make money. He's a klepto.
It was so cliche. It's the fucking Mulaney bit. I don't know if you heard that about the stealing antique photos. But he would steal these little trinkets, and in his closet he had like a shelf, and it just had all the trinkets on it.
That's fucking weird
It
as
was
shit.
so funny though. Like it was so funny. I was like, he was one of the most. Yeah, I can't say his name. Let's just say his name was
Jonathan.
Rick. All right. Ricky Tap.
Ricky Taps.
And that rhymes with something else. But yeah, he was one of the most fascinating kids I ever met because he was just such a free like. He wasn't like he just wasn't operating like just a beautiful sociopath. Like just like he wasn't operating by the same like rules or acknowledgement of the rules as everyone else, and like.
I just wanted to be a thief and get away with it.
He kind of was the ringleader, in when I was like imagining this as from my youth, because I actually had a really boring life. I was a good kid and I went to a really good college and I did well, and I like made like $120K right out of college.
All the right decisions.
But yeah, when I was imagining this other childhood I had, he was like the ringleader of like just stealing, and like so like they got into like stealing from cars, like hitting cars in the middle of the night, just seeing if doors were open, just taking whatever you could out of the car. One time he found like $3,000 in an envelope.
What?
And
no way.
Like the children we just bought like fireworks and like dub bags of weed, and we would just clear out all the local drug like weed dealers every day, because like all the dudes that just had 20 sacks.
Right.
We were so young we didn't think to buy weight, so we just, how many bags do you got? I got like 11. Oh, okay, we wanted 20, but all right, come over, and we just clear them out, and then just wasting all this money just buying.
I feel like that's how I knew when I became an adult, like. You know, like how, like some adults, like they go to Costco and like buy like toilet paper in bulk. Like I can buy weed in bulk now. I mean, theoretically, like like remember when you would buy weed and like every day you had to go buy like a fucking gram? It's like, why wouldn't I just buy it? And why was I so stupid? I was wasting so much time. Yeah. Now I procure in larger amounts because I'm smart.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
I understand business and my time's worth.
Economics.
Yeah,
drug economics.
Yeah.
Narconomics.
That's basically like the only conversion math I know, like for real. Like I don't know anything about like quarts and liters or anything like that, but I know the basic weed math.
Yep.
It's gotten me along, just as far as I need to.
Yeah, I would love to. I'm fascinated to know exactly how much time I wasted in my life waiting for drugs.
Oh my god. I wasted time yesterday waiting for drugs.
It's so taxing on one's soul.
It's like, why is it so hard to find a good, reliable drug dealer? It's like, I mean, you have one job. And a lot of drug dealers don't often do the drugs that they deal, often.
If they're smart.
Yeah. And you should deliver. I think it should be called Wheaties. I mean, and I have an entrepreneurial spirit, so that's just where my brain goes.
Often the black drug dealers don't do the drugs they sell. More often with white drug dealers, they're fucked up on the drugs they're selling.
Yeah.
Because white people are privileged and they're more prone to drug addiction because they feel there's no consequences for themselves in society and they have no view of the future.
But you don't know what that's like.
I have no idea what that's like.
Never experienced it.
That's just that's the kind of headspace I tried to crawl into when I imagined this this life and this adolescence I had. Because everything was just so boring, so cookie cutter, and everything went to plan.
White picket fence, everything.
Yeah, so I just like got a bunch of tattoos to try to fake it, and just like they're all really stupid, and then.
You think you don't like your tattoos?
No, they're dumb as fuck.
Really?
Yeah, I'm one of those people. I think more people should talk like that if they feel that way. Like I think people like double down on getting tattoos for too long, and there's plenty of because so many people have tattoos out there now that there's got to be people that truly feel like, what the fuck did I do? It's not that bad. Like I don't really like. There's been points where I got anxiety. I'm like, fuck. And like now I'm just kind of whatever. It's just the way it is.
When's the last time you got a tattoo?
I got this one. I got this one like right after Christmas. More than 2 years ago, I think.
I always think about getting a tattoo, and I like, even know what I would want and where I would want it like right here. But I've always had like, corporate drop jobs, and they make me
find out on your legs if you like tattoos.
No, I don't want it on my leg.
But I'm saying like, not.
Because you could cover up with pants.
I'm saying permanently. I'm saying like the deeper view into tattoos, like if you even like the concept at all, because it's not so much even more that I don't like the particular images I have. It's that I don't like having tattoos everywhere.
Okay.
Because to most people. And unfortunately, like, I don't know, especially with like wanting to like break into comedy and like get into acting and shit. I can't be anyone. I mean, they could put like the makeup on me and stuff, but
no, but you're right.
Once you get to that level, like where you're enough of a commodity, like where they need you in this role or something, then they're willing to do shit like that for you.
Yeah, but otherwise you should just not look the part.
Just come as you are and be able to audition in short sleeves if you want.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's all. It's like, it's not, and it's just kind of indicative of a time in my life where I really didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
And then, yeah, I don't know. I always had I like piercings because you can. So I had my eyebrow pierced because I mean I was fucking cool as shit. Obviously, only cool kids get their eyebrow pierced. I regret it so much because I have like a big scar.
Yeah, probably it does scar.
The scar's really bad. That's why I have these like bangs there. It's strategic. It's not just fashion.
I had my nose pierced. I like that.
I had my nose pierced. I loved having my nose pierced. And I remember it was one of like my first jobs out of college. I went to an interview. And it was like 3 interviews at the end. He was like basically offering me the job. He's like, and one more thing, that nose ring. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh. And he's like, do you want a job or do you want a nose ring? And I was like, oh, fuck, all right, I'll take it up. But I looked super fly with a nose ring. I liked it. I got it done in Spain, so I had like that like novelty reminder of me. I was super fucked up on hashish. I was like,
I got my nose pierced by in Pompano, or no, in Deerfield on Sample Road.
Which is like the same thing as
Spain. By a guy that was so visibly fucked up out of his mind on heroin. Like we walked into the place, like, and the funny thing is, like I was like, I think I got my nose pierced within 2 weeks of getting out of rehab, like the last time. Like so, when I moved into the halfway down in Deerfield, I was just started like, as soon as I started having some money. No, it must have been a little longer than that because like I got a paycheck or something. So, a couple weeks.
Got it.
And no, it was my first paycheck from a water sports job I had when we were renting jet skis. I was in, very soon after rehab, whatever. I'm taking away from the entire story. The man was clearly visibly fucked up on heroin as we walk in the place. He slumped out on the couch like this, just almost sucking his own dick. And I'm like, hey, I want to get my nose pierced. All right. And then we just go back and like get my nose pierced by this dude. And I'm just looking him in his eyes. And he's so pinned out, and he's fucking just.
Did you do a good job?
He did it, yeah. He was a professional. He like owned the shop and shit, but it was just. And then he tatted me also too. He did this shit on my traps, and it kind of came out fucked up because he was really.
The same day, when he was on heroin.
No, another day.
Oh, so you did such a good job the first time. You're
yes,
like,
the same.
I know how
actually,
to go back.
yes, the same day. I forgot I did it the same day. I got my nose pierced, and then I went into the other room, and he fucking tatted my traps. Yeah, that's right. I did do that in the same day.
I like it. If you're just got out of rehab, like obviously not any kind of pattern of like addiction or like any like rash decisions. Yep. Like money. Let me get a piercing and 2 tattoos in the same day by a man who is on a drug that I just got over.
Yes, less than 3 months ago from right now, I was doing heroin. And now I'm getting my nose pierced looking a guy in the eyes who's fucked up on heroin, and then he tats my traps and fucks me up.
I mean, isn't that how you know, like, God exists? You know, things like that. I mean, right. It's so serendipitous.
Allah Akbar.
Don't say that.
Okay, fine.
Don't say that.
I like the Muslim God, and I like all the gods. Whatever God is the right one.
Yeah, that one. I picked that one.
That's
the one I pick. I want that one. I'm on that team.
So we're just audio now, folks. We're just in open waters.
Sorry, no, you can't see my tits anymore.
You have no more titties. You can't see my calves. We're on the open seas of comedy, baby. This is podcasting, baby. Woo. I can't wait to be rich and call people baby all the time. Because like, I do it now, but it's going to be so much sweeter when I just got it.
Now I can drink like so much more water because I love a good spring water. Mm-hmm. I know we keep talking about it, but it's a thing. I mean, I've done the blind taste test this isn't fancy. It's just, it is off-brand, but it is Whole Foods. I mean, I'm not to toot my own horn or anything, killing it. But yeah, if you give me Publix or...
You shouldn't shop at Whole Foods, though.
No. Why? I like it.
Do you really got money like that? You can shop at Whole Foods?
I shop at Whole Foods. I don't think that... It's not... No, I don't have money to
It's dumb. It's fucking dumb. I did it. I fell into that trap because I lived so close to the one. I didn't live close to one now, but... we used to be just down the road from the one at the Gardens Mall.
I feel like once you're past your 30s, if you're white, you have to go to there. Palm Beach Lakes. That's where I go. Yeah. That's why I told you the other day when you asked me what I was doing. I said I was high buying quinoa at Whole Foods.
As you should be.
I mean,
I think most people that buy quinoa are probably high.
You should. Yeah. on a Sunday. Just
And that's
like,
a bad
oh,
thing.
God.
I love quinoa, and I'm often high.
Yeah. I think quinoa is very underrated. I think it's just people are intimidated by how to say it. I'm not sure I know how to say it, but I like it. I think it's delicious.
Quinoa.
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 Quinoa. It's like
Quinoa would be prettier, but it's quinoa, so it's Asian. It's gross.
Fuck.
Is it Asian? I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. Quinoa. It sounds.
Yeah, when you say it like that, I think that makes sense. You say it again.
Quinoa.
What about like Italian?
A quinoa.
Russian.
Quinoa. What? Russian?
Yeah.
Quinoa. Quinoa.
Quinoa.
Quinoa. Do you like quinoa? Do you want to eat? Do you want eat? Do you want eat quinoa?
German. Similar-ish.
I'm not too good at German.
Yeah,
I'm
you
probably
are.
gonna make a fool of it. Nah, I can't do German.
Australian.
Would you like to eat quinoa? Quinoa?
Would you like
Would
to?
you,
Would you
would
like
you
to?
like to eat quinoa?
Would you like?
That just sounds Asian. I just always like imagine whenever I do German, I just imagine like just an evil, like Nazi scientist. Like I guess I
Yeah.
imagine Mengele, and I imagine that Dr. Mengele spoke like that. Yeah,
Yes.
we're going to freeze the one twin for 6 hours and see if the heart of that's such a terrible German accent. Yes, we are going to freeze the twin for 6 hours. No, I can't do it. I'm
It's not
terrible
bad.
German.
Yeah.
That's
What
not
about
bad.
Australian?
Yeah, we're gonna freeze the twin for 6 hours and see if her sister dies. That's right. I'm gonna see if they have some kind of neural link between the two of them, some telepathic life source that we could kind of hack into.
And eat their souls. Sorry.
Yes, I'm a Nazi. What you might not know is I practice the occult. Strange, right? We're such a clean-cut, organized, rational people, but we also believe in the devil.
Hell yeah.
We're trying to summon demons because I'm a Nazi. I'm a member of the Nazi party. I'm just doing my job. I'm just following orders.
You're an Australian Nazi.
I've already got my ticket to Argentina. I'm gonna get out while the getting's good from Hamburg.
You don't have that much to pack, just like a couple outfits.
Yeah. I burned my SS uniform.
I feel like me and you are
buried my
prime.
knife. I buried my SS dagger. It broke my heart. I'm
Nazi
going to
treasures.
miss serving the Third Reich. It was good while it lasted. Now I'm going to get back to Brisbane, and then I'm going to shoot on over to Argentina.
There's another shrimp on
So
the
I
bottom.
don't want to deal with the consequences of my actions because I murdered all those innocent people. 6 million? I don't know. That's a little high. I mean, we were pretty efficient. I don't.
Those are big numbers.
All right. Take it easy, Australian
Jesus
Nazi.
fucking
Take
Christ.
it easy, Australian
Come on.
Nazi. It was fun to hear your story, but now you're talking about the numbers. You're trying
Yeah, I mean,
to buff the numbers. I don't know about that.
let's be reasonable. Let's not exaggerate here. Let's keep
Well,
it.
that's because he's a dickhead. Oh, really? Kiwi. Kiwi Russian, huh?
That's quite a combo.
Yeah, Kiwi Red. Oh, it's the Kiwi Red. He was fighting for the Russians. Yeah, that Australian guy's a dickhead. Murdered all those people. It's horrible. Can't believe this fucking dirty Australians. The boot beer drinking bastards drinking beer out of your shoes. Are you fucking kidding? Hate them. I fucking hate them. Hate them. They're dickheads.
Dickheads.
I hate Australian Nazi bastards.
They are the worst kind of Nazi bastard. What's making you come?
What's making me come is speaking insensitively about the Holocaust right now. I've actually busted all over myself. Yeah. Just saying things I don't deserve to say.
Squirt.
Yeah, just jokes I don't deserve to make, I guess. No, what's making me come?
This is a segment we're trying.
You're gonna work it in. Okay, let me. Oh yeah, because I'm gonna edit this.
What's making me come? What's making me come? What's making me come? Yeah.
All right, it's time now for what's making me come.
Hey.
Let me kick it to you first, Steph. What's making you come?
Oh, well, let's see. What is it making me come besides, no men, really. I actually was talking to someone the other day about how you're not supposed to come that much. Like, you know how,
So
like,
that's making you come, finding out that you're not
finding out
supposed
that I
to do it
can't
too
come
much?
is making me want to come.
All right.
So that's, I mean, just knowledge, I guess, makes me come.
You're a real Puritan. You know?
You know how I am. I'm pretty prude. Pretty prude. What else is making me come is it's not hot as dicks out anymore. So wearing jackets. Jackets always make me sweaters.
There has been a drop in the temperature.
Ooh, I love a good sweater weather time when you can just put on a jacket, some boot. I mean, I wear that anyways, but now I don't have to like sweat my contour off and like my mascara. Like I don't look like fucking Alice Cooper at the end of the day.
I keep a pretty constant mentality of I'm in hell when I'm in Florida, so I forget sometimes that the temperature does drop off a little bit.
It's gonna be okay here in a minute, you know. Like I have a pair of panties in my purse right now that I was a little nervous. Dan saw, so I was like gonna zip them up, but then like I was just awkward, so I acknowledged them. Obviously,
it could have totally went unnoticed. I didn't
need
notice
to bring it up.
Yeah,
it was a mistake. But yeah, I was just like, oh, I have extra panties in my purse because I mean, you never know when you need a. I mean, sometimes I get wet from coming, so that makes me and I need new panties. Yeah. And then also, sometimes you just, you don't want to have a sweaty vagine.
Well,
Keep it dry.
I just realized what a vicious cycle to where when it's too hot, you sweat and you ruin your underwear.
Yeah.
And then when the temperature changes, you're so turned on by it that it makes you cum.
It makes me
cum.
And
then you ruin your underwear.
So
no matter what, all year round,
panties.
You're ruining your underwear.
Always.
That's pretty good.
But luckily, go to Victoria's Secret. You can get like $5 or $25, and you're fine. Just carry like one pair in your purse, put another pair in your car. I always like to have at least 2 pairs of panties with me, one at all times, just like on me, and one just in case, because you never know. What if you're out for a night? That's 2 pairs.
I'd like to ruin my panties the way you do. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, so that makes me come. And also lately, let's see, I've been watching the show, The Royal Gemstones. Have you watched that?
No. What's
that
about?
Funny. It's like a Danny McBride show.
Oh, okay.
On
I've
HBO.
seen that advertised.
It's kind of like weird Danny McBride, funny humor, Walter Goggins.
Is it good? Because I kind of feel like he doesn't do anything good anymore. I feel like he really left it all on the set with Eastbound and Down, and he's kind of just that character.
Did you watch Vice Principals?
No.
I
tried.
I like Walter Goggins a lot. I mean, it is kind of stupid, but
I think I did try watching Vice Principals.
And also, I started watching The Deuce. No, that makes me come. It's about It's about like the porno, and it's. Whew, I mean, it's taken me a long time to get through the episodes because they're like an hour and some change, and I normally have to pause them. I would say like 3 to 4 times to like, get my brain right. Yeah. Gotta go rub a stain out. So that makes me come.
Excuse me, guys. I gotta go rub a stain out.
Yeah, I gotta go rub a. That's what you do. You gotta get how it really works. No girl masturbates and actually inserts fingers into her vagina.
That's such a good fucking. Oh man.
But that's how no girl.
I'm gonna use that the rest of my life. I can say that, right? I'm gonna rub a stain out because it makes sense.
Don't say I never did anything for you.
That's fucking fantastic.
But that's and that's how girls really masturbate.
Hey, you should take that to the stage, kid.
Hey, kid.
That's yours.
Yeah, it is. And that's really how you do it. Like, if you ask any girl, and they're not liars, and they say they masturbate, like, unless you're using, like, a vibrator or some kind of toy, if you actually, like, insert your fingers, like, that's not how girls really do it. I have pants on.
I know,
I have over sweatpants. That's my go-to.
I just snap my fingers on my clit until I squirt all over the place.
Or sometimes I just look in the mirror, and I'm just, like, squirt nation, like, done. Like, don't even have to worry about it. Mm-hmm. But, so, yeah, basically, I make myself come. That's it. And sometimes I do it while I'm watching TV shows, and I also am getting just hotter in general and just wet, like, from the weather, but it's coming down. It's like Niagara Falls, but, like, open season, people are coming back, it's going to be good. I feel like I'm going to get some visitors. It's not going to be so lonely. How about you?
What's making me come? What isn't making me come these days?
How about them?
Obama's been making me come. Like, I just think of his legacy, and I just think about what he did for us, and I miss him so much, and I make a little mess in my pants.
Oof, yeah, and he got that salt and pepper hair now, which is everything.
And then I think about Trump and what an asshole he is, and that appeals to more like my kind of sadist side, and like how I like pain, and like being treated like shit, and that makes me come pretty hard.
Hell yeah.
Make a little mess in my pants. The presidents are always pretty much...
They're erotic.
That's why I'm so glad George Bush is gone, because he did nothing for me. He really, never made me come once.
Didn't make you come?
George Bush didn't make me come once.
What about H?
It's like, I don't know. I wasn't around for H.
Oh, God.
His father, no, I wasn't here for. But then when I heard that, when I found out that his father, George H. Bush, knew where, he knew who actually killed JFK, because he was the head of the CIA at the time, that made me come pretty hard. So, like, retroactively, I love coming from the past. Like, I love finding out a good piece of history that just makes me come real hard. Yeah.
Abe Lincoln. Woo, Daddy, sit on that
Abe
face.
Lincoln, Japanese internment camps. That's pretty
Oh,
good.
my God.
Oh man, what a way to die.
Good thing I brought these panties.
Yes, I would love to just get dysentery in a Japanese internment camp. Like, that's something we could that's going to be my catchphrase. I was born in the wrong generation, baby, because last episode we talked about how I wish I was born during the times of Mad Men, and now it's just, as I think about it, I would just love to just get real sick and just be forced into a Japanese internment camp.
And be Japanese.
Yeah,
okay.
Because I would know. The cool thing was about the Japanese internment camps that, like, what they don't talk about, and, like, it's actually a rich part of Japanese culture now, is that, like, there's this, they have a word for it. Like, you know how the Japanese always have, like, their language is more evolved, so they have words for, like, deeper concepts than we do, and those are a little bit more straightforward. They have this word, and I don't know what it is. It's for, like, the phenomena of, like, the Japanese people that were able to be in the internment camps and look up at the moon. And then they would think somewhere in Germany or Poland or scattered parts of Europe, another young person just like me,
same moon,
is in an internment camp looking at the same moon.
It's
a concentration camp of their own. If they were able to concentrate hard enough. And that's what internment means. It's American for concentration. So we put Japanese people in concentration camps, and then so the Japanese people, not all of them could do it. A lot of them were really in a lot of pain and agony and suffering. They're wondering what the future held for them because they just moved to this country to try to pursue a better life, but it's time to get in these camps now.
It's like, let's get this stuff going.
Yeah, hopefully after...
we're going to rape everyone.
And then when they heard that the bomb had been dropped on their home country, they, finally, okay, we're going to get out of the camps. Finally, our home's destroyed. Great, like... Sometimes you get, that was their version of like burning their house down to get the insurance money. Yeah, so like they're like, oh great, so that's our ticket out of here. They dropped 2 atomic bombs on our teeny tiny country twice. Yeah, and so that was the thing. So like it's like they got the joy of that when the bombs were dropped, and then there's also some people who were able to tune into this Japanese word for the phenomena of getting a sense of euphoria of being a young, scared person in an internment camp, a Japanese internment camp, looking up at the moon, and somewhere on the other side of the world,
there's another one.
There's another camp just like mine, with people that are a little bit different than me.
Just a little. Same moon.
But looking at that same moon.
Same murder on the horizon.
That's why they call Asian people moon faces sometimes, I think.
I don't think that's just racist, Dan, but I do think that even if the moon isn't real, at least it could bring those people together, you know, so it served its greater good. You know, moon landings, whatever, people say it's, I don't know, people say crazy shit about the moon. My brother has his ideas about it and believes in flat earth. But
it wreaks havoc on my period.
Oh, God, I'm telling you. Well, the lunar, oh, man, when Mercury's in retrograde, first of all,
there's blood all over the floor. That's the thing. That's what they don't talk about. When Mercury's in retrograde, there's blood all over the floor.
Out of all my orifices, I'm not sure. But it's like, is it ever in regular grade? Because it's just always in retrograde. Like, just
when's it going to be in future grade?
Yeah, like,
when periods stop and I just don't have to keep fucking bleeding out of my pooch. What?
It's not retro anymore.
It's not retro. Well, planets are pretty old.
It's still making me bleed, though. And I don't like it.
That gets old.
Yeah, it makes, and then, just it's upsetting. The Mercury and then the moon, but, I mean, it's fine. If I have to bleed so that other people from internment camps to concentration camps can unite and have that sense of, you know, of community, I'm okay.
The last time Mercury was in retrograde, I got fired from my job because I had to stay home in a child's pose. I had to stay home in a child's pose, or I wasn't going to be okay. And somehow sage my entire house from being in a child's pose in one solitary position in my house, one spot on the floor, pointing northeast.
Always. Why northeast?
Because I'm just a little bit off. You're supposed to point point north, but
Go a little east.
yeah,
Give
just
it,
go
you
a
know,
little east.
Don't be so straight.
I figure if I go a little east, I can maybe tune into that that Japanese phenomenon.
And maybe be a little gay, a little bi.
Yeah, it has something to do with me being bi, I'm sure, but
Only when Mercury's in retrograde, though.
yeah, when Mercury's in retrograde, I just shut it down.
All bets are off.
I started feeling it like when the retrograde started and it started creeping in. I was like, okay, I'm getting cramps like fucking crazy. Okay, fine. And then I filled up the bathtub.
It's like my abortions.
I dumped about 25 gallons of Epsom salts into my bathtub.
Any other like fentanyl or anything like that?
I didn't
chlorophyll.
Get
Something to clean you out.
no actual bath salts like Epsom salts.
Okay.
I wish I could get my hands on real bath salts. I would not. I would if I was able to get real bath salts and put them into my bathtub when Mercury was starting to creep into retrograde and I started cramping like crazy. I wouldn't have lost my fucking job. But instead, I used Epsom salts. And that
you
barely
had
helped.
to
So
do
I
child's pose.
So I had to get into a child's pose. And I lost my fucking job
It's
because I had
the
to take
rules
like
of
9
nature.
days off of work.
Oh my god.
I didn't answer my phone. I no called, no showed for 9 days.
It's like sit and shiva, but a little more intense.
And my office is like primarily women. Like it's not primarily, predominantly women. And I was like, were you not feeling this? How is you were getting work done while
they were doing goat yoga and having
Fuck.
matcha teas and
Well, that makes sense. I didn't even think of goat yoga.
centering themselves. And you were just bleeding out in child's pose and the wrong kind of salts.
I want to be a rapper named Goat Yoga. Pretty cool. Yeah. Just tap my face, dread my hair. I'm Goat Yoga.
Goat yoga.
Yeah, Goat Yoga. And I'm the goat.
You'd be the number one, coming for the number one spot.
Goat Yoga. Fuck, that's a really good name, actually. I might start releasing music under that name. That's pretty good. Goat
The
Yoga.
amount of things I'm giving you right now besides
We're rolling
my
now.
friendship.
We're cooking with gas. We've warmed up, baby. I'm probably going to cut the fucking first half hour of this off. We're rolling
Yeah, because
now.
we were super, I mean, we're always
Riff.
super weird and
We're
awkward.
riffing, baby.
But I feel like, I don't know, I came once, so I feel like that helped.
Okay, so the podcast is making you come.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Podcast always making me come. Yeah,
I'm glad
I've
that's-
been orgasming this whole time.
I'm glad to know that's going to be going on while we do this. From
It
now on
has
into the
nothing to
future.
do with you. I mean, it could be anyone.
Just get your own chair.
Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna.
a new chair. My girlfriend just bought it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna
It's
like.
nice brown
I
leather.
love Mel, and I think she has great taste. So I'm gonna bring like a towel and lay it down next time. This time,
But just
you
get
got
the
a
same.
couple Clorox wipes
Just get
or
the
something?
same exact chair though, but for continuity's sake, because we recorded video for some of this, so if they see that
I have a
chairs
beach. I have a
change,
beach
they're gonna
towel. I
freak
have
the
a
fuck
beach,
out.
beach chair and a beach. I always bring.
you
a beach
should get
towel.
a beach chair that's really close to the ground, and
Alright.
then like
All right.
we'll just put some plastic down on the floor.
We have to tarp this bitch
Yeah,
up
we'll
for
tarp
sure.
the floor off,
For
and you could
sure.
just.
Otherwise, we're gonna have flooding.
I'm not
and-
saying you can't come. I just don't want it to ruin.
I don't
my
want to
life.
ruin your apartment. Looks great. Mel did a great job. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to have to do. I don't want to make you guys flood. That's what they So one kid told me one time in high school that he did call me Niagara Falls. I'll never forget it. And I learned that if you were like a dancer, which I was, not to brag or anything, until I went to college, like you're supposed to be more flexible. I don't know. For some reason. Make sure secrete more juices. Dan's fucking everything up.
Just keep talking.
And yeah, and like you just come more. And I was a dancer for 18 years, so I think that's the reason. I think also might be because I don't know, God loved me and blessed me with just secretions.
There might be something that dancers come more. I might be able to
Yeah.
attest to that.
I feel like we could Google it, and I feel like it is probably a true thing. Yeah, and I mean, I'm old. I'm not old, but you know, I shouldn't be.
I won't
Niagara
go into
Falling
the girl I'm
anymore.
with now because I need to clear with her what's okay. I say.
Yeah, don't talk about like her secretions without
But
permission.
in the past, dancers, yeah, they seem to be pretty in tune with their body.
Yeah, and I mean, I still got moves.
They're in tune with their body and they got the rhythm in their soul.
Hell, I do. That's my motto. It's my mantra. Do you have rhythm in your soul?
Of course I do.
You missed the greatest thing last night.
I'm black.
I know.
All right, go ahead.
Dan Callard breakdanced last night.
I saw that. I saw he was doing handstands.
Talk about making me come.
Yeah, I'm sure he's good at it.
Rob Callard made me come last
Yeah.
night when he did the best was the skater hold. Woo! Secretion Nation ladies, let me tell you. And gentlemen, everyone was there just, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole
I did the
parking
other.
lot was wet.
I participated in different aspects of hip-hop culture permanently. I tried breakdancing. I tried my hand at it. I
I
used
could
to lay
breakdance.
down cardboard in my basement and shit, and I'd have my friends over. and we'd crip walk a lot, and I got pretty good at that, but I wasn't really much of a break dancer. I couldn't do the spins and stuff.
Couldn't do the spins. I could do like 2 stalls. I could do the skater stall. That's why I recognized it and knew the name of it. And then like this other one, I don't know, you put your like leg over your head. It was pretty.
I could
It's
moonwalk,
pretty gangster.
and I can do like the sidewalk, like Omarion and Usher used to do. Like there's like a side moonwalk, like I do the moonwalk backwards, and I could pop and lock a little bit and stuff. But I couldn't do like the crazy spins and stuff, or flips, or any of the cool shit that Asian people do.
Oh man, Asians, man, they have so many skills.
They really
They
don't.
learned it in the camps. That's what they probably had classes.
That's where breakdancing was invented in
Mhm.
Japanese internment camps, so
That's
that's why they're so good at it.
That's why they're so good at it. Brought them together as a cult. It rebuilded them. If they're like
I don't know why
reconstruction.
people won't understand that you need to put people in cages and treat them like animals in order for them to invent cool shit.
Artistes are
We
built that
treated
way.
black people like animals for like 400 years,
Hip hop,
and now they're
fashion.
cultural titans. They lead the trend in what's cool.
Everything.
They made all the best music. They've
Mhm.
given us so much great shit to steal
Best
and,
dicks.
and appropriate. And
Yeah.
what don't you get?
What don't you get?
Breakdancing was invented in Japanese internment camps, and then that was actually appropriated by black and Latino people and some white people in Brooklyn, on the
Yeah.
East Coast, New York.
Like, what kind of cool things that have white people brought? Besides, like, you know,
It just depends on what your
Strip
definition
malls.
is of cool, because
JCPenney.
sometimes I find that my definition of cool clashes a little bit with other
what's
people.
your definition of cool?
What was some cool shit white people invented?
Computers.
No, that was actually invented by what's his name? George Washington Carver.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Peanuts. He
Yes,
made a peanut
Peanuts.
computer. We
Mhm.
stole that from him.
Again, appropriation.
Yeah.
They'd never give
You
credit
couldn't
where
see the
credit's due.
screen because you could only use the computer when the peanuts were growing underground, so you had to just stick your fingers into the soil.
Before the peanut butter was.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was touchscreen though.
All
That's
right.
what they don't tell you. You invented the touchscreen computer with fucking growing peanuts.
So but we don't learn these things in history anymore.
But but
It's
let's
upsetting.
stop. I mean, I've given the black people enough praise. All right.
I know.
Let's.
Take your bets
What did
really
white
there.
people invent that was cool?
Privilege.
Flannel.
Oh, a flannel. I love a flan.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love flans. I look like a lesbian in them, which is fine. It's whatever.
I like flannel. I love a good flannel. As far as I know, we invented that. I think the Scots probably invented that.
They're
Right?
fine.
Weren't their kilts probably flannel?
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I'm just guessing there, but I'm probably 100% correct.
I think you're 100% right.
Yeah.
I would bet all of my last dollars on that, which is basically all I have.
Yeah, they. I think the Scots invented flannels because you see in Braveheart.
Yeah.
Remember how in Braveheart the king gets to fuck the wife of,
Mhm.
or the lord or whatever, he fucks the wife of the woman on the wedding day. It's called prima nocta,
Okay.
and they invented flannel because their kilts were originally just kind of like a bullshit ass cloth. It was just like a polyester blend. It was just bullshit.
Ooh, that
then
crap
they-
seat.
But then they realized that like when the king or the duke in the area would commit prima nocta on a wedding night, and steal the bride and get to taste her first and take her virginity and then
Mhm.
toss her back into the village,
Hmm.
that would often upset the grooms,
What a pussy.
and they would have to spend the night alone, cold, in the Scottish countryside, which is, I don't know if you know, it's not exactly
Ooh.
South Florida, baby.
No.
We're talking hard stuff. It's a hard scrabble life living back then in the Scottish countryside. It's dark and it's dreary and it's cold, and your balls would get really fucked up. Your balls would get so fucked up in that weather because they're wearing kilts and they weren't wearing underwear. There's
They
this
needed to
bullshit
keep
cloth.
panties in their purse.
Polyester blend, that shit makes you colder if you wear that shit and it gets cold. You're gonna get fucking
It traps
hypothermia
whatever
on your
temperature.
dick.
Yeah.
So it was ruining their genitals.
Mm.
So on the night of
This
prima
is a
nocta,
crisis.
of all things, right? Like, so you're already great. My wife's been stolen by the Duke. He's gonna take her virginity and break her carnal
Chad.
pleasure for the first time. My treasure, my queen, my sweet, sweet darling.
You mean
Now
you
I'm
didn't get it
alone.
in already? You didn't
Now-
get it in?
No, never.
All right.
We're good Scottish people. Like, that's not the way we do things. We wait until the wedding night and then we have sex for the first time.
Get your dick wet.
Never, ever, never, ever in a Scottish village did everyone ever have premarital sex. It's
Alright.
not the way it went.
Okay, I believe you.
Just put yourself there. So like you've had your new bride stolen. You're barely off the altar. You didn't even carry her across the threshold yet, and in swoops the Duke. and he steals your bride, and you know he's gonna fuck the shit out of her. He's probably just gonna rape her. Let's be honest about what's happening. He's gonna rape your wife tonight, and you're alone in your Scottish hut on the Scottish countryside in the month of October.
What do you mean?
And the rain starts coming down, baby, and it drops to a real cool, you know, I don't know,
like a crisp
in our gaugings, like, you know, probably 40 degrees.
That's Fahrenheit, folks.
That's Fahrenheit, not centigrade. I don't know how to convert.
Centigrade.
Because I'm only putting myself in the mind of a Scottish man. I don't actually. I'm not able to. That knowledge doesn't pass through the membrane. But so I'm alone. My bride has been stolen. My sweet, sweet darling. I'm alone, crying, cold, freezing. My genitals are getting hypothermia.
Genitals are problems with the genitals.
What can I do to at least eliminate one of these problems? Flannel. Wool flannel.
Flan to the rescue.
Flannel kilt. I need something that's going to regulate the temperature around my genitals, so when my bride is returned to me from the Duke, I will be able to seal our bond, seal our marriage, and make this thing official. And then just move on with our lives, and I'll just carry this rage within my chest for the rest of my life, knowing that
most men do.
You know, the one good night of my life where, you know, there wasn't an attacking neighbor tribe, or a plague breaking through the village,
plagues.
Or a fire ripping through the huts. But
you got flannel, but
I have flannel.
It's flannel.
At least my
it's
goddamn
like the
genitals.
breakdancing with internment camps. It's like sometimes you gotta pay a price for the greater good of humanity. Okay, so that's what happened. I'm sorry, but now we can wear flannel and drink microbrews and wear unironic glasses and pretend like we fucking cut trees or some shit and look like douchebags because of that sacrifice. And I think that people don't really honor that and give it all like the merit that it's worth, you know?
Yeah, because that's the luxury we live over here.
Yeah,
we don't have to wrap a flannel around our genitals because we live
wrap it around my waist for
temperature controlled climates. We have houses with air conditioning. We have it so good over here. But best believe you find yourself in the wild and you're wearing a flannel and your genitals start getting hypothermia, baby. You better take off that flannel. You better wrap that shit around your goddamn waist because you're not going to be able to fuck your bride after she's returned by the Duke.
No. I was always the Duke, you know, never like the Count. Or
it was probably maybe a king.
That fucking Duke.
I don't know if his name's
Chad or Chet or like fucking Chauncey or something like just.
I don't know if prima nocta was a real thing.
That's not because that's just learning like that means like pre-monogamy, so that sounds right.
Prima nocta.
Prima nocta. That's
nocta might mean night.
Night.
Prima might mean first night.
And
first night.
And you said what was the first prima?
Because Crystal knocked was the night and the night of broken glass, I think. And I think knocked, that's a German word, but I think that was still influenced by Latin. So prima nocta might be a Latin term.
Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I took you know those root words you had to learn when you were a kid.
I'm actually a professor and studier of linguistics.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you for real? Are you fucking with me?
I'm Noam Chomsky, yeah. I am. I'm Noam Chomsky. You may have read my book, Failed States, or Hegemony for Survival.
I didn't know I was sitting next to such an important man.
I'm a bit of an intellectual titan, but don't let it dry you up, sweetheart. You keep coming on that chair that my girlfriend just bought.
Renaissance man over here, Dan motherfucking Caso, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm Noam Chomsky, but more importantly, I'm James Franco.
And he wears
if you want to mention Renaissance man, I'm okay, fine.
Your shorts have an anti-coming effect on me though, so I feel like I'm at equilibrium right now. Like I'm like sans ejaculation due to the amount of your upper leg that I could look at any given moment.
Thanks. Yeah,
I feel like we're getting like that's what family does, you know.
I have legs like James Franco. That's true. Everyone said that.
Like I've seen your brother's dick. I've seen your thighs. It's no problem.
Yeah, you see my brother's dick. Who hasn't seen my brother's dick? I am my brother's keeper, and y'all have seen my brother's dick.
And the sucker of his dick.
When you're here, your family.
Mm-hmm. Goddamn Olive Garden.
It's a callback, folks.
Hey, comedy titans over here.
When you're here, your family, and we fuck each other.
That's
we practice incest because we have no standards in taste or what's decent. Come to Olive Garden, baby. The wine is free.
Take some home with some leftovers. And you'll get the shits afterwards.
Have some breadsticks.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I've gone on a date before to Olive Garden. I prefer Red Lobster.
How old were you? If you're over the age of 20, God bless you.
Oh yeah, no, I was lonely. I I was in Atlanta, and
I wouldn't even do that. I'm a piece of shit. I would never take a girl there.
have been taken to McDonald's on a date. Have been taken to the Olive Garden on a date. I've been taken on dates.
I put Mel in the hospital once because she was so hungry, and we were traveling across Florida, and the only restaurant was Olive Garden. I said, no, we're not going.
Did she almost die? Her blood
Yeah,
sugar
she was
dropped.
hospitalized. I almost lost her, but we didn't eat in an Olive Garden.
I mean, it was a gamble, but I feel like
An
you came out a
incestuous
winner.
waiter? Yeah. Yeah,
no,
right.
No.
I'd rather lose the love of my life
Yeah.
than be served a plate of chunky Elmer's glue.
Can't have to fucking go through the glory hole in the bathroom, suck my cousin's dick. Second cousin's
They
fine.
they build glory holes into the stalls of
Yeah.
Olive Garden.
Oh yeah. It's part of their decor.
Fuck, that's
Each franchise has their own like kind of take
I
on
kind
it.
of like that.
Yeah. Uniform across.
I didn't know
all
if that was
Olive
true.
Gardens.
I never met anyone that was actually ever ate in Olive Garden. So this is pretty cool.
I'm sorry, like don't judge me. It was against my will. Someone took me there, and I was too weak of a person to say no. I mean, all of that. I'm like, we didn't do anal or anything because it was the Olive Garden. I mean, it was like
Yeah, you should.
Carrabba's. We could have game changer.
Yeah, that's how to make the night better. Let's have horrible anal sex after going to Olive Garden.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I'd rather see Olive Garden come out on my dick after pulling it out of a girl's ass.
I'd rather
see
never come again.
Yeah, I'd rather see digested shit. I'd rather see shit that used to be Olive Garden on my dick pulling it out of a girl's ass than go and eat at Olive Garden.
That's a bold statement.
It's a family motto.
It's on your crest, I
Yeah.
think, isn't it?
It's like the first
Like
thing
in
my
your
dad
Bible, it's
said
like
to me.
engraved in the Bible, in
Yeah.
your family Bible.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
We're Italian, baby.
It's words to live by.
But, all right, that was pretty good. I think
Yeah.
before we falter,
I have to urinate, so that's always just going to be a parameter thing we have to
Yeah.
live in.
I mean, that was
That
fun.
was
We were really we were
tits,
grooving
too.
there.
Hell yeah.
But I don't want to give the impression I didn't mean anything I said. I mean, everything I said was true, and it was my true opinion on
It's my
everything.
truth.
That's who I am as a person. Everything I said on this podcast, none of it was a joke. I
No.
don't do bits. I feel like that's disingenuous.
Yeah.
Leave the bits for the stage, I
Right.
say.
We're here to speak.
I think
Honest
stand-up comics
truth.
should be only funny on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my favorite comics, the comics that cannot take a joke
Mm-hmm.
off stage.
Okay.
Everything's serious. Let's talk about politics.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Religion, abortion.
Yep.
Like, those are the things I talk about.
Yep.
Yeah, never mind.
Right. Like I was just talking about, getting fucked by my teacher or something, but off stage, let's talk about Trump and how he's ruining this country. That fucking Cheeto bastard,
I feel like just to liven it up a little bit, go against the grain, what everyone else isn't doing. So yeah, I mean, anything we said about our thoughts on murdering and
Yep. Murdering
we stand by it.
children, the
Stand-
facts I gave you about the Japanese internment camps.
So you can fucking Google it.
It's nothing to be offended
Wikipedia.
by. It's
Yes.
just education, guys. Sorry.
And sometimes they don't want to tell you those things about history because it hurts, but
Well, because the truth is stranger than
it
fiction,
is.
and
I
people
know.
think that that's going to give them AIDS.
And that's the whole point, I think, of this podcast. One of them is just to educate people about the things that they're not even aware of, and that sometimes the facts are a little cold, they're a little hard to take and digest. A old man's dick, but you just have to because you got to pay your bills.
Because
So that's
people
what
are
we're here
fine.
for.
I'd imagine people, if anyone hears this, I'm sure about 4 people will hear this,
God bless.
and then maybe one day 12 people will hear this.
Just coming thinking about it.
But most of them, they're going to accept, they're like, wow, that's an interesting fact about the Japanese internment camps and how they were looking at the
And the
same
moon,
moon as the
yeah.
people in the Holocaust on the other side of the world,
The
and
moon
it
unites.
gave them a sense of safety and security in a horrible time. That's all true. Everyone's going to accept that. But I think when I mentioned how breakdancing was actually invented,
Yeah, that.
Japanese internment camps, that's
Yeah.
going to be problematic.
That's
for some
That's
people.
going to raise a few questions.
It's a hard pill to swallow. Because now we're talking about
Break
fine.
dancing.
prison camps for innocent people. Yeah, sure. I mean, it was wartime, baby. But we had to
Baby.
take down the Nazis. When you start talking about how you're giving credit
To the art form.
for culture to people that don't deserve it,
Right.
that's disgusting. That's
Yeah,
grotesque.
that's-
That's repugnant.
I mean, it's hard. It honestly upsets me a little bit, and I think even after all these years, it's something
That's
we haven't
abhorrent.
came to terms with, as even collectively as a society. And
It's filthy.
I hope
It's
we
gross.
can help bridge that gap for people. I think that's maybe what we're here for. That's what our mission is from God, and I mean, I just hope every day to all four to 12 people who one day listen to this, like,
Right.
that's what they walk away with.
I don't want to give the impression.
I'm not a hero.
I don't want to
A
give the
little bit.
impression to anyone that this is a sleepy podcast. We're very woke individuals.
Yeah.
I
I take Adderall. So I like hardly
She
ever
takes
sleep.
Adderall, it keeps her
Hardly
woke.
sleep. Hardly sleep.
that's the key to staying woke is Adderall. Really, I mean,
Hell yeah.
walk it like you talk it. You say you're woke. How many days in a row have you been up?
Are you doing blow?
And
or how
then
committed
let's
are
talk
you?
about gender roles, motherfucker.
All right.
I don't want to talk about gender roles with anyone that's slept in the past 3 days.
Nope. Unless it's with like a few men.
Yeah. How are you going to say
Yeah.
you're woke if you're sleeping?
Yeah. You're not. It doesn't make any sense. Wake up. Join the
Full of shit
conversation.
is what you are, and fuck you, asshole. That's what I say.
And it's a really great way to end this. All
So
right.
this has been so far the Unnamed Podcast. Maybe I'll just give them. I might just give up the name. It's the Problemaddict Podcast.
The Problematic.
Yeah, it's the Problemaddict Podcast. Like, you know, addicted to problems. Because I am, and I know Steph has been. So.
Yep.
That's it, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed. I gotta edit this motherfucker. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna put some music and stuff in this. Aha. All right, guys.
Bye. Later.
Dan Caso, Steph Wood signing off. Problematic Podcast. It's official.